Ziggittyzig bringing you the Friday Faff. And this is a game between myself and the top. There's Tom over here on the left-hand side. There is Griff down in the bottom right. And here is Sean over here on the... Okay. That was something I said and I don't remember doing it. Over there on the right. Now, we decided to have a game night. Tom lives far away, but Sean, Griff, and I all live in the same area, so we actually went over to Sean's house. So Griff and I sat at the table. Sean was upstairs, and Tom was just kind of online on Skype. But the rest of us were on there, sort of. So we chose this one, and we just said, oh, let's do a free for all. So we said, all right, fine, let's do a free for all. And then we said, oh, on what map? And I found this one, and it just said, this one is called Gutterhulk. How can you not have a match on Gutterhulk? So this one has been sitting in my list of games, and it's just been Gutterhulk FFA, all in huge caps. There we go. So I've scouted Tom. Griff is coming out here, and I think he scouts Tom first, which goes badly for Tom, because this is when Griff decides to be. He decided to be a jerk in this game, and he wasn't even sure. Look, he doesn't even know where everyone's spawn point is. Well, derp. He didn't pay much attention to the initial bit. Oh, let's have a look at the ABM tab just for fun. And the units, blah 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 blah. There goes Sean. So Sean is a Terran player. Hopefully, we're gonna get Sean into a few more games. We spent several months talking him into playing this game. There is Griff's Forge. There is Griff's Pylon. You ready for this? Tom's trying to go normal with the gateway, but Griff comes down here and he gets another pylon. Look at that. He double pylons outside of Tom's base, assuming that he's up here. And then I think the Forge has just finished. Yup. So Griff comes in here and decides, here it is. I think he does his first ever cannon rush. Meantime, Sean has the most paranoid wall-in of all time. I managed to pylon my way up there, get another pylon up there. I seem to be pylon scouting all over the place. I'm going with a regular build, so actually we're not going to see an awful lot of me right now. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on Tom. Tom and Griff. Because, let's see, there's Tom. Tom finally sees it. Tom's in trouble. Tom's worried. Tom decides to try to attack the cannon. Oh, he gets rid of one. Oh, and he's screwed. And he's in a lot of trouble there. Can't see anything. My favorite is Griff had another one down here at the bottom, so you can actually get this ready. I think that was me checking to see if everyone could see pings, because we'd been playing a lot of multiplayer games. Where we'd actually invented a few games. We did some 2v2s, we did some, I don't think we did some 4v, I think we did some 4 versus AI opponents, so the 4 of us versus like a really, a very hard or an insane AI or something like that. And then we had another game that we came up with, which hopefully I'll include and spotlight in a Friday Faff coming up soon. Sean's still just sort of wandering around looking at stuff. I'm coming out for another scout, it seems. Griff is not really doing all that much at home. As you can see, he only has 15 probes. However, Tom's not doing all that well with 17 probes. I seem to be doing the best, but that's only because everyone has left me alone. So Griff just decided, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's... So there's 3 pylons blocking the gate, and then he cannon rushes right in. This is quite possibly the craziest cannon rush you've ever seen. Or just... the most over the top. I don't think it's fully necessary, but it's taken out quite a lot of Tom here, and I don't think Tom has all that much left to give, all that much left to say. Here I come, and I'm actually expanding over here for whatever reason. I guess that was what my plan was. I said 2 zealots over in that direction. I have my 2 stalkers up here just in case. I have no idea what's going on. I don't think I've even scouted. Where am I? Yep. I just know. I figured out where Tom was, where Griff was, and then in just by process of elimination, I decided that Sean was way over there. Now, the only issue here is that Tom is now trying to escape. This was a pretty slick maneuver. I thought that was pretty cool. The bad news is that he's going to be a bit of trouble. I'm not quite sure what Griff is doing right now. Oh, I see. Griff is trying to cannon rush me now. Problem with cannon rushing me is I think I can see that. Yes, I can. And it's just a pylon at the moment. But now who's trying to build that gateway? Am I trying to build that gateway? Oh no, yep. So I try to build that gateway, and then I start noticing, oh, there's some stuff happening down here. Come on, come on. Notice. Tom has finally got himself out of trouble. He's built himself an expansion. Griff is still over here. Not quite sure what his plan is. How much money does he have? He does have enough for an expansion, but he no longer has a forward pro in order to get rid of all of this. He also does not have uphill sight, so I can bring my guys. I don't know why I let that live so well. Maybe I just didn't notice. I guess I must have been doing some other things at the time. Apparently it's not macro. Oh, no, there we go. I do have a couple of dudes going that way. Oh, and there comes Griff's probe. He's doing a bit more. Oh, here we go. I bring an observer down here to try to find out what's happening. This is when I see, oh my god, there's a ridiculous amount of defenses over there. And to be honest, I thought that these defenses, I thought that meant that this was Tom's or Griff, and I thought that was their base. I did not know that that was actually an invasion that I had spotted. But I managed to get an immortal up, so I started being able to do a little bit of... Here comes some more cannon rush. A little bit of macro, just a basic play. So I just went with 3-gate robo, even though it's a free-for-all. Meantime, Tom has made it out. He has defended himself somewhat. Griff has decided to expand to Tom's base. Oh, that's such a dick move. Sean has also expanded. We all left Sean alone because Sean is sort of the newest of us all, even though he's probably he's pretty good. I mean, he has decent play. He held it up quite well. Here I go. Come down here. I'm gonna take this. And I get very attacked coming over here. So I take out Mr. Cannon. Focus down Mr. Cannon. So that cannon rush didn't work, mostly because I already had a slightly established base. Griff is in almost as much trouble as Tom, just because he didn't do anything other than make cannons. Now here's the fun bit. I come down here and I think, okay, this is what I saw, so I bring down my observer and I decide to invade the invaders. This was such a waste of resources for me, because I just came down and got into such a big bout of trouble. So many cannons. So many cannons. I'm trying to rebuild. He's got a couple cannons and a few different things. Sean has a sizable army. See what I mean with a wall-in? There's a wall-in, and then there's a Sean. And the Sean wall-in is pretty much the most impressive wall-in you'll ever see. Now this was the trick. I got down here, and I really thought I was trying to attack someone, put pressure on someone, but really this was just Griff and his cannon invasion, so I wasted so many resources coming down here. Guardian shield up, move in, try to take out some pylons. Just got a few. Unpowered a number of them. I took out this base, or at least I just got a fair amount of probes, I think. And I said I wasn't going to focus on them. Just look at me focusing. Tom's actually rebuilding quite well. Very good job. I am not saturated at either of my bases really, because my macro is atrocious. Okay, yeah. I have 39. So I have the most of protons, but Sean is far up and away with 46 SPVs. So I managed to take out Griff's expansion, despite the fact that I wasn't actually trying to do that. Oh, that's what I talked. And I think the other problem with talking through Skype all the time is that you don't actually get any of the conversation from text, because we were just talking to each other back and forth. Oh, so many armies because I'm a derp. So now I come down and then I realize, oh, this is who I was actually after the whole time. That feels silly. Or with myself, and I finally, so I get down the stairs, I get down my ramp, and I think my income is probably the best of anything. No, Sean is still doing quite well on the income. Once I found Griff and Tom, I really started worrying about Sean. So, yeah, this was basically me polishing off. Oh, the Dark Shrine! Me polishing off. Tom, despite the fact... Where's your cyber cord? So I just bring my guys in, and yeah, I finished off Tom. Now, I was mostly worried about Tom and his Griff, and I tried to worry about that first. I think that's what Griff was doing with his cannon rush, because we don't really worry too much about Sean. We thought, oh well, you know, as long as we do pretty well towards the end, we should be fine. The problem is he was massing quite a sizable army. In fact, there's the army value right there. I am a little higher gas, but it's one fucking putty supply. Here's the Dark Shrine. I don't think Tom got one off. He only has 2. Oh, he did manage to expand once more. Tom stays in the game. Tom never dies. And then I proceed to come up here and waste more time. Pincer attack. Wasting time. So that almost finishes off Sean. I'm on 3 bases right now. Griff is still on just the 1, but he's working on a few things right there. This is Twilight Council, so I think he probably wants to have some charge lots pretty soon. Oh! Griff comes in to finish off Tom. And that is the end of that. Tom has pretty bad luck in a lot of our games. Almost as much as my bad luck. And yeah, that looks like it. And I think Tom gets kicked from the game, so he basically has to sit out in the lobby. Yeah, Tom's done. Poor Tom. There's my forward pylon, which is sitting there, and it's not actually gaining any vision from that, so that seems kind of strange. Army sizes, Griff is doing not too bad, and I believe he's probably researching some charge. Yep, there it goes. He's getting some +2. Let's have a look and see what is available right now. I'm apparently getting Phoenix and Blink and Colossus. What was I doing? Here's my army. Air and ground and nothing in between. Well, the Stalkers are pretty much the in-between, so I had 3. Sean getting a few upgrades as well. There's a bit more ground against. So army size, I'm starting to really take a bit of a gas-heavy front, mostly because Griff is pretty much just charge lots in a moment. I don't know where he's going to take him. Sean seems a bit... Oh yeah, he's maxed out. Sean is maxed out at 200. I'm about to be, I think. So this was when, and if I remember correctly... Yeah, I heard a few things where Griff said, hey, I wonder what Sean's been doing for the last little while. And then he said, oh my god! And in comes Sean. And he said, yep, Sean's got an enormous army and we're all screwed. And I started really worrying about that. So I started trying to max out as fast as I could, get as much stuff as I could. I don't know why I got the Phoenix. The Phoenix probably didn't help me all that much either. So there's Sean with a 200 army. Marines, 1-1 Marines, 2-1 Thors. Got some Medivacs, I think there's a couple of Marauders in there. Almost polishes off Griff. I sent in some Phoenix to polish off Griff. In about the dickish way possible. And I think this is when I start doing kind of a sneak around bit. Yep. There I go. I start doing a little bit of business over here. 2 kills. How many kills? 4 kills. 3 kills. So Sean and I just did not meet up by accident because we kept killing the wrong next door neighbors. So here's Sean polishing off Griff while I come over and take out a fair amount of his harvesters. Yeah, I'm bringing him down to 65 harvesters. Just trying to take some stuff out. I don't think he had any left up here. Yeah, I was just having a look and see where there was anything left. Army size. I am ahead. There is my 200 army. I believe I'm at 2-1. 2-1 of mine. 1-1 and 2-1 Thors. His Thors are 2-1. So here's basically how this whole thing comes down. Medivacs don't have anything in them, or this probably would have been a really nasty drop had he planned to go ahead with that. He does go pretty much all the way around me. My Phoenix, I just kept trying to figure out how, if possible, I could harass. Meantime, Sean is coming up on my flank. coming up the side. And I decide to try to meet him there. So here I come with all of my army. Here is the final battle. Killing everything. Check out all the micro. Nothing doing. No micro whatsoever on either side. And after that, it comes down to a... How come I can't get... Oh, that's weird. I can't get the control one anymore. I can control W. Strange. So, took him out with my army, and then basically come down here to polish things off. So let's speed things through. This was just a good time, because what we did is we just decided, hey, you know what, we should get together, we should play a game. And we got together in a night. This is why Tom and I sometimes play these games where it's just kind of, I'm bored of ladder, I'm bored of just doing everything the same, I just want to try something different. So I think that's kind of why I went with Phoenix, but I'm also a little bit competitive, so whenever we get together, even if it's just a fun game, I get very competitive and worry about things. So Griff had the right idea in this one. He said, you know what, Cannon Rush, I'm gonna have a good time. He knew he was gonna lose because someone else would come out of it, but honestly, it would have been funny had Sean won this. But that is not the way it turned out. I kept thinking there was another army somewhere, but I took out his 200 army with my, well, everything. There we go. So, there's not much point leaving me a comment. If you want to, go right ahead. Probably more of this coming up as Sean, Tom, and I play every now and then. We're trying to get another night together. We'll probably get a few good replays out of it, especially for the Friday Faff. Oh, look at me with 6,000 minerals like an idiot. Leave me a comment, send me an email, ziggittyzig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at ZiggyStarcraft. Stay tuned.